Listening. B. You will hear 5 people talking about their jobs. Choose from the list A to F the statement that best describes what each speaker says. Use the letters only once. There is one extra statement which you do not need to use. Speaker 1.
My colleagues and I often find ourselves in dangerous situations, but, like all police officers, we've been trained to handle them. To be honest, I never feel fear when I'm on the job. I focus on the person who's in trouble and on doing the best that I can for them. Sometimes, though, once we've dealt with the situation and I'm back in my car or at the police station, I breathe a sigh of relief that everyone around me is safe and well. I don't like to talk about work much with my friends either. Unless they also work in the emergency services, they can't understand how stressful it can be.
Speaker 2.
When I was young, my father and grandfather would go out every summer during the fire season to work as volunteer firefighters. I knew that when I was older, I wanted to get involved too. We live very close to a large national forest, and protecting it from wildfire is incredibly important. I started helping out because I wanted to be a part of taking care of our natural environment and ensuring the safety of our community. But I found that I also really enjoy working with the rest of the team. It's so rewarding seeing that other people who normally work as teachers or sales assistants or in so many other jobs are also committed to helping their community by protecting the environment, even when this means sacrificing their free time and sometimes even risking their lives.
Speaker 3.
I've lost count of how many times I've been called to the scene of an accident. My job as a paramedic is to provide first aid to people who are injured or need urgent medical help, and then get them to the nearest hospital as soon as possible. The nature of my job requires me to deal not only with the actual people in need, but also their families and loved ones. This can be very stressful, especially when you know that there isn't much you can do to help. I try to put it all out of my mind when I'm home with my family, but it often comes back at night in the form of sleeping problems and bad dreams. I don't think people realize that very often helping others means sacrificing your own peace of mind.
Speaker 4.
I work as an emergency dispatcher. This means it's my job to receive calls from people who need help and send out the right emergency services. The hardest part is staying calm and composed all the time, because the people who call are often hurt in some way, so they're highly emotional. I can't let it affect me, though, because it's important that I can assess the situation with a clear mind and send them the help they need. It's incredibly stressful having such a huge responsibility, but I can't help the other person if I'm acting worried and upset as well. Still, it's very emotionally tiring. When I go home at the end of the day, I can barely keep my eyes open. I sometimes think about changing careers, but then I think about all the people I've helped over the years, and I know that I'm in the right job.
Speaker 5.
Being part of a search and rescue team is incredibly physically demanding. You have to be fit enough to move easily through the hazardous mountain landscape, and tough enough to cope with being out there for hours, often well into the night. Sometimes it can take days to find a missing person, especially if they've injured themselves. Any time of the day or night, the phone could ring, and I will have to drop everything and head out. This can really disrupt family life. Imagine being at the cinema with your kids or in the middle of family dinner when you get a call that someone has gone missing, and you have to be there immediately to help look for them. I'm lucky that my family are so understanding. They know that we need to look out for one another in our community, and my job is part of that.